Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the next video in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Fantastic Four Super Skrull Build-A-Figure Wave. This is the second Mr. Fantastic. So here in this video, of course, we'll be reviewing this new figure, and we'll also be doing a comparison with the previous Walgreens exclusive Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. It looks to be, for the most part, the same figure, obviously a repaint, but this one has little bendy fingers instead of longer arms like this one did, which fingers, that's a little bit weird for me, but hey, it's something. So we'll get them opened up, we'll take a look at which piece he includes there and everything. Here is the side artwork, actually looking really good, of Reed Richards. I really like the way that looks. I think it's way better than the Doctor Doom one, just looked kind of weird. Fantastic Four logo, Build-A-Figure Super Skrull on the back. Here on the back of the package we have a look at all the figures in the wave to build Super Skrull. So Doctor Doom already looked at, Mr. Fantastic, next will be Invisible Woman, and down and so forth. Let's take a look at that bio. Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards is a brilliant scientist with the ability to stretch his body into any shape. So really cool. The UPC, I have a picture on my Instagram. You can find a link to my Instagram down in the video description below. But anyway, let's get Reed Richards out of the package and take a closer look. Alright, and here is the Mr. Fantastic figure out of the package. And you know what? I dig it. I like it. The fingers are kind of weird. There's no stretchy other parts, but you know what? It looks really good. So let's get this out of the way. He comes with the right leg for the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure. Again, I think that's Hyperion mold with the huge legs. But here's the figure. I just think it looks really good. Let's get in closer and take a better look at it. Okay, so here's a closer look at Mr. Fantastic. So this gives him a bearded look. Now, one thing that Hasbro did, which I really like, is they used that same type of digital print for the gray hair in it. So you can actually see that it's applied nicely and evenly. So I really like the way that looks compared to how they had, how they'd done it before with just kind of the standard paint method. It just kind of looks like a gray splotch. And not something where the the hair is just kind of coming in different color. Ooh, focus in, so you can see the big difference, and I really like that. And then they can actually add it into the beard when they do that way. So I really, again, really like the way it came out. Now, one thing that with the Walgreens exclusive, they went for the same basic facial expression, but it has to be a different head because, well, I guess they could retool the head by adding in the facial hair portions, because you see that there is some sculpting in there and give it that textured hair look. So maybe it's the same head sculpt and they just retooled it. It's hard to say for sure. Even if that is the case, well, it actually would have to be a new one because this has the sculpted hair. This hair is actually a separate additional piece glued onto the head. So of course, it's a new head sculpt, but they did the same facial expression. So paint is applied pretty cleanly. You can see the black coming through on that blue up around his collar a little bit. Nothing really bothers me. The Fantastic Four logo looks really good. I like this logo more compared to this dull looking one, although I probably like this more classic look a little bit better, but the black and blue looks really nice, actually having it in hand. Some really cool things on the design of the suit too, like some lines on the back of the arm there, back of the waist, and then the legs, and then these feet. So I know that people had mentioned the feet when they had first shown the product images. So they are new feet, so I'm not sure if they serve a particular purpose in the comics or not, or if that's just whoever the artist was that had drew them out. But yeah, they're like cleats, so you can feel them pegged hole. Little pegs in there, and then they kind of actually indented my diorama floor there, so you might want to be careful on what you're using to place it on, because if you apply a little bit of pressure, those things are going to poke right into the foam pretty easily. But they do look really nice. So again, it looks really good. Here are the outstretched fingers. You can't really do anything with them because they're not going to stay anywhere. They'll kind of go there, and they're just going to slowly revert back to where they came. Now, in the package, he actually comes with the fist hands, so you can see that they actually do some design in it for the knuckles as part of the gloves. So 2 fists out of the package, and then the outstretched finger hands if it ever comes into focus. So there they are. So now let's take a look at his articulation. Okay, so this guy is going to have some pretty good articulation because he's basically pizza Spidey mold. I know the torso is different. It's the same as the Walgreens exclusive one, so you're going to get all the same motions going into it. So, but anyway, he can look all the way down. He can look all the way up, so that is awesome. You get a full rotation in there, and then not a whole lot of pivot in the head, very tiny bit. You can get the shoulder. Oop, the shoulders do pop out, so you know, you could use the outstretched arms from the Walgreens exclusive. It's going to be a different color, so you would have to paint them. So these ones do come out. So if you try to force that shoulder up a little too high, it's just going to pop right out. It can go up that high. You get a full rotation, of course. There is the upper bicep swivel. You have a double jointed elbow, and only one joint wants to bend. Let's get that other bend going in there, and that's how you get your double bend there at the elbow. So that works out well. Wrist swivel, and they both hinge, and they both have the same hinge, so you can hinge down, hinge up with these stretched out fingers. There is an ab crunch, so he can't crunch down for that much, not a huge amount, but decent. Can go back a little bit there. There is a waist swivel there. Legs go out that far apart. You can kick forward that much. Leg can go back a tiny little bit. There is the upper thigh cut there. You get a double jointed knee, which works out very well. No boot swivel or anything. Foot hinges down like so. Hinges up a little bit. And then you do get a nice ankle pivot. And there are peg holes at the bottom of these feet. So very good articulation on this guy. So I don't know why I put them together like this, just to show their stretchy parts reaching out for each. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, for the side-by-side comparison of the two, so the Walgreens exclusive and the new one in this wave, you can see that they are, again, share almost all the same parts. The feet are different. This one has just kind of the standard feet that came with like all the Spider-Mans and stuff like that. But it is the same, shares the same body. So with that, the same torso, again, you could, if you really wanted to, do stuff like this and then paint it. Or if you just wanted to kind of fudge it, I guess. The blues do not match, whereas on screen it kind of looks like they do. They definitely do not match. Yeah, through my viewfinder, it looks like they're pretty close. They are very different. So turquoise, blue, turquoise blue, and for whatever reason it's coming across like it's the same color. It is definitely not. So don't think that it's the same. It is definitely different. So you may want to use black paint here for this upper part, and then this other part if you wanted to get it to kind of match, or if you just wanted to do the blue. But you would definitely want to paint it because it's not going to quite look right. But you could do that if you wanted to. And then the same, depending on which head you might like, you could pop off that one and put it onto the new Walgreens, the new Super Skrull Build-A-Figure wave if you wanted to. So you can have the Reed Richards without the beard. That works. And then you can put the one with the beard on the Walgreens one if you wanted. And you know what? I think that's going to actually look pretty good. So depending on the look that you want, at least you can kind of change up and move some things around. And then you have that. So I think that looks great, actually. Okay, and to close out the video, here we have Mr. Fantastic and Dr. Doom side by side from this same wave, and you can see the size comparison wise, I think the two look very good together. If you wanted to go the more classic looking Mr. Fantastic, Fantastic Four look, you can put them side by side there to get. Why does that look so blue? It should be more turquoise. But again, looks very good together, and I really like the way that looks. So for any of you guys that might be asking about the Victor Von Doom head from the infamous Iron Man figure, Walgreens exclusive, it does not fit on the ball peg of that guy. You would have to Dremel out this hole to be a little bit bigger, but I think if you were to have it size wise, it would end up working out pretty well if you were to make that hole bigger. But here, that is the review. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure, what you think of this wave. I know a lot of folks are saying that they prefer the Walgreens exclusives over these new ones, but it is nice to see some Fantastic Four love getting coming from Hasbro. So will there be a wave 2? Who knows? Will we see additional villains? Who knows? I think this is a very good start for Hasbro and Marvel, and I am very pleased. So I am very happy with it, and I do recommend. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think. If you guys like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.